Alright y'all, so we're just gonna jump right on into this video. Here I'm about to show you everything you need to go ahead and start making your mold. So first off, you're gonna need your Smooth On Mold Star 15 Slow. You're gonna need your dominoes, the thing that you're molding. You're gonna need a hot glue gun, some cups to mix, a container to contain everything, a piece of contact paper or some tape, and then containers, but I didn't use those, so you don't really need the extra containers. And lastly, you're gonna need a spoon and some scissors. So you're gonna wanna take your scissors in your container and you're gonna try to cut a hole into it to go ahead and get yourself started in order to cut the whole top half, well, technically it's the bottom half, off of the container. And yeah, I broke that, but I got a hot glue gun, so I used that hot glue gun to piece it back together. So you want to do your best not to break the container because that hot glue is going to leave an extra dent inside your mold. Now what you want to do is remove the backing of the contact paper, leaving the sticky side facing up. So once you get yourself situated, you're gonna take your hot glue gun and you're gonna glue the bottom of your container and stick it to the contact paper. And when you do this, you wanna make sure you're putting a generous amount of glue, but also moving at a decent pace so that the glue doesn't dry. Because if you don't have enough glue, then the mold is gonna leak through the corners. So for extra protection, I took my hot glue gun and I put an extra layer of glue on the inside corners of my container. And I was just trying to make the barrier as thick as possible. That way I wouldn't have to worry about any leakage of the mold outside of the container. And now for the placement of your dominoes. Now all you're gonna do is take your dominoes and put them flat side down and stick them wherever you want them to go in your mold. And I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but I did measure out how many dominoes would fit inside of my container before I did all of this. That way I knew exactly how to place everything. So you should make sure you do that beforehand. So now it's time to mix together our mold, and in order to measure that properly, you're gonna want equal parts of part A and part B. So I took my red cups because they have lines, and I made sure to pour them into separate cups, measuring which line I was stopping in one cup so I can go to that exact same line in the next cup. After you get everything measured out, you're going to want to take everything in one cup and pour it into the other cup in order to get ready to mix it. Make sure you mix it thoroughly. So I mixed for like maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And after that, you're ready to pour. So when you're getting ready to pour your mixture, you want to make sure you pour from a little bit higher up to reduce air bubbles. I made sure to press down on my dominoes so that they will be completely stuck to the paper. And then when I pour, you'll see I'm pouring from higher up. So quick tip, if you're doing a bigger project, I would suggest to use everything that you have as far as the Mold Star stuff. I was trying to portion mine out and I ended up having to mix like 3 different batches, which ended up being almost all of the stuff in the containers. So just go ahead and just use it all. And if you have any extra, go ahead and make a mold of something else. So basically I missed a couple spots earlier when I was gluing up my corners. So now I'm just taking my hot glue gun and patching up those spots where it started to leak in order to keep it from leaking any more than it actually is. All right, so now it's time to demold our mold. And this was kind of scary for me because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but everything turned out really good and smooth. Once you get your paper lifted, it comes off very easily. So when it came time to get it out of the container, I literally just pushed on along the edges to see where it would come out the easiest, and it just popped right on out. So you'll see me rubbing my fingers together. There was kind of like a residue, not on the mold itself, but on the actual dominoes. It wasn't like a sticky feeling. It was kind of like they were just extra slick. So I was trying to figure out what that was. But there was nothing wrong with the actual mold. You guys, I was so proud of myself. Everything popped out so easily and so smooth. I'm just so happy that I didn't mess this up. Oh, also, if you didn't notice, this is only half of the dominoes set. So I have to do another mold with the other half of the dominoes. So if you decide to do a dominoes mold, make sure you buy 2 of the Mold Star 15 slow. Yeah, it takes a lot of mold to do the dominoes. So just be prepared. So if you want your mold to look a little bit more clean, all you have to do is take your scissors and trim off those frilly edges. All right, so that is the finished result. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you drop them down in the comment section below. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.